Good morning, everybody. So today what I want to talk about is a debt plan. Have a plan of attack. So how do we start? So we made a list of our debts, right? Other than just regular monthly bills. So we have a list of from smallest to largest. So let me show you what my list looks like. Okay guys, so here's my list. And let's start out with the smallest first. So the first one was a medical bill. I had to have a procedure, and it was $1,200 after insurance and whatever. So that bill, what I have left is $600, and I have to have a plan of attack, know what I need to pay in certain pay period amounts to get that paid off. So then my next one under that would be a capital one. It's $500, and my plan of attack is on 12/17 to just pay one lump sum. So I'm going to take the money from the medical bill and then add it to my capital one and anything that's left over. And then next would be my Discover, which is $1,500, and guys, I'm going to tell you, this Discover card has been an up and downhill battle, and I've finally decided that once we have this last $1,500 to pay it off, to cut the card and keep the account open. So let me turn this around so you can see me. So I follow a lot of principles from Dave Ramsey, and I think a lot of what he preaches is really, really good. There are some things that I don't like, and he's very meticulous about not having credit cards, and because you can get out of control very quickly. And when you don't have savings and you're living paycheck to paycheck, it's easy to use those cards because we say not we, but sometimes you think of it as free money. Oh, I'll pay it. Minimum balance will be $80. I can handle that. Something always happens, and you don't get back to that $80, minimum payment. So I really like having the security of a credit card. I've paid it off several times, and then something always happens, and I end up putting something on it. But before, we didn't have an emergency savings, but now we do, so I don't need that credit. I was using it as a crutch, which is the worst thing that you can do. You think it's your lifeline when it's not. It's actually the anchor that's keeping you sunk just underneath the water. So yeah, so this year is the year to get it paid off, cut the cards, keep the account open, because you don't want to start closing all your accounts, and your credit will go down. Now I know Dave Ramsey speaks, you don't need credit when you're paying in cash. That is true, but we're planning on buying a different property. We're moving in about 2 years, so we want to make sure that if we need a loan, we want it to have it there, but we're hoping to save and buy the property for cash. So that's a long story, but let's get back to our debt list. Okay guys, and then we have under that, Alicia has 2 credit cards that were maxed out, and now they're in garnishment. So after these 3, then we're going to start attacking this 3,800 and get those gone, and then we'll be able to tackle this last one. So how this works is I kind of want to talk to you guys about starting, to start with the smallest one first. Now, a lot of people say start with the highest interest rate first and the highest balance. I say no, because you get so discouraged so quickly. So you need those little triumphs to keep your momentum going. Otherwise, people won't pay. You won't pay it off because it's so discouraging. So you want to start with the smallest debt first, right? So on everything else, pay the minimum every month like you would. Now, I know the other ones, they're not going to go anywhere, but you're going to understand here in a second. So then the next thing that you want to do is you put your extra money that you're allocating for your debt plan on the lowest one. So if it's $200, you put the $200 on that until that is paid off. Now, what you do is you take that $200 and put it on the next debt down, the next smallest one. So you take your minimum payment that you are paying on the next smallest one plus the $200. Do you see where I'm going with this? So what it does, it makes your minimum payment for your debt plan bigger and bigger as you start paying stuff off. So say your extra $200 plus your $80 minimum payment on the next one becomes $280, right? So when that's all paid off, say your $280 plus, say the third debt, you are paying another $80. So you have $200 plus another $160, right? See how it starts compounding, and those chunks get bigger and bigger and bigger as you go down. So when you're at your very largest debt, it will go very quickly and you won't be discouraged because you know the process works. It's called the debt snowball, and this was coined from Dave Ramsey. And if you guys want to learn some new financial advice, pick up Dave Ramsey's books. They're actually really, really good. Now, I don't agree with everything, but he's got some really great ideas, great points that can really help you get things paid off and not be discouraged, and know that he was broke, had 3 daughters, I think he was 25 years old, broke, came out of despair and depression, and got his life back, and he was millions of dollars in debt. So you guys, it can be done. Even if you live paycheck to paycheck right now, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I know it from experience because, guys, I was like, oh my God, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, and I'm not out of debt completely, but going to be here soon. So, but always know, have a plan, and it can be done even as little, even if you only have, after groceries or whatever, $30 that you can allocate to the smallest debt that you have to start getting things paid off. $30 is $30, guys. And in the world of debt, the more you pay, the better off you're going to be later. I'm telling you what, financial security is nothing. I mean, it is worth everything. It is so just the pressures of when you are starting to get things paid off, and you're like, you have extra money to put into savings that you never had, that you always wanted to, sock away for a rainy day. I mean, the enlightenment of that alone, knowing that the plan works, guys, and don't get discouraged, So keep going, keep rewarding yourself, even if it's a little thing. So, okay, so when you get something paid off and it's the first time in your life you paid something off, it feels so good. If you don't reward yourself just a little bit, now don't go crazy, don't take $200 and go out to eat or buy a Kenneth Cole purse or whatever, but treat yourself a little bit, even if it's pizza, movie night, something like that, something where it's still within your budget, and then get back on track. But keep rewarding yourself little bits at a time. If Starbucks is your thing and that's your reward, then go get a cafe mocha, or your caramel macchiato, which is what I like, iced caramel macchiato. But don't go overboard, guys. Stay on track, reward yourself, and know that there's always light at the end of the tunnel, guys. You can do this. If I can do it, and I came from a very poor family, guys. We had to work in the summertime to buy our own school clothes. So, I mean, we didn't have a lot of, I mean, we were eating peanut butter and, you know, jelly sometimes for dinner. Just, you know, toast and cinnamon. Anyway, it's as bad as it could get. So nobody taught me anything about my money and how your financial stability really, it's a mental thing as well. I mean, the stress of not having any money and don't know how you're going to get your bills paid off, stop it. You know, you have to say to enough is enough. I want better for myself. I can do better for myself. So that's where I want to show people and teach you guys that there is a better way. It can be done, just a little bit by little bit, guys. So that's the plan. So I showed you guys my plan, and let me show you again. We'll do a little recap. Okay, guys, so this medical bill, you can see I have 3 payments for December allocated, $200, and then on December 17th it will be paid off, right? And then also I'm going to take that $200 with some extra money, and on the 17th we're also going to pay off this Capital One bill. It's only $500. I'm going to take some of my overtime money and we're just going to get rid of that, right? So then I'm going to go to my Discover card and check this out. So December 24th, I'm still going to pay minimums up until I get to December 24th, where I will have my free money. So I'm going to take $800, guys, and put on this Discover bill, right? And then I only have $600 left. So at the end of the month, I'm going to take my last $600 and pay that sucker off. See how that works? You take $200 and then you're adding whatever else you were allocating to pay. So you're compounding basically your payment the more you pay off. And then we're gonna start on Alicia's stuff. So, and that will be January 14th when we can start on her stuff. Otherwise, she's paying the minimum, which is like $50 every 2 weeks. That is the garnishment. It comes right out of her paycheck. And then we're gonna get that paid off, because these garnishments, man, they can ruin your credit very quickly. So that's the plan of attack. This is all we have left besides our car and the house. So these are of utmost importance before we pay the car or the house off, and I'm okay with that. Now, if you read Dave Ramsey, he's always like, don't have a car loan, and sometimes we just can't get away from having a car loan, guys. You have to get a way to make your money. You gotta find a way to get to work. So that's where we're at. And guys, be diligent. Keep the plan refreshed in your head. If you have to keep looking at it every time you get paid, go over it, strategize. Your money is your biggest asset. People don't realize that. Make your money work for you, not you working for your money. And now that I'm older, I never really understood what that means. It means that be smarter with your money so you don't have to work harder. That's it. It's that simple. So you have to change the way you think about your money, and you want to keep your money in your pocket as long as possible. But and I understand, guys, it's really hard when you have these debts looming over you. It's all you can think about it. Your mental health, it's terrible. Debt is a terrible thing. But I'm going to show you ways on how you can tackle these and get back on track and get your life together. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you have questions, leave a comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you want to know more. leave me a comment if you have specific subjects that you'd like for me to go over with you, and we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.